Now it's time to discover what the wealthy know, what the rich teach their children that the poor and middle class do not. First, let's talk about the definition of being rich. Rich can be described as when your passive income is more than your living expenses. Passive income is defined as money earned outside of working your job. Let's look at the corporate structure of the average job. At the top, there's a CEO, who makes more money than the president, who makes more money than the vice president, who makes more money than the middle managers and supervisors. In that big area there are the people that typically do all the work, the employees and staff. The employees and staff often feel controlled and held captive by a clock. They have a certain time to come into work and a certain time to get off. There's a certain time to go to lunch and a certain time they'd better be back. You'll continue to do this sometimes for the next 20 to 40 years. Then, that special day comes when you get to retire. Then you live off half the income that you were earning while an employee. This is the structure by which most people are living their lives. Typically, when you begin a job, you start at the bottom and work your way up the corporate ladder. You're coming in early, working through lunch and staying late, shooting for that big promotion. You are working your way from the bottom to the what? Most people are working their way to the middle. Rarely does the employee who started at the bottom work their way to be the CEO. Given the choice between the bottom, the middle, or the top, which one do you think makes the most money? Obviously, it's the CEO. The CEO gets paid from other people's efforts. The CEO is the one in this structure that has the most leverage. Leverage can be described as working less while earning more. Now let's examine the structure of every income earning situation that falls into 4 separate categories. First, let's examine how employees and self-employed people earn. Their income depends completely on their own efforts. What's wrong with that? If they are not working, they don't get paid. There is only 24 hours in a day, so their income is automatically limited. Next, let's examine how the richest people in the world earn their income. They are business owners. The reason they earn so much is they get paid on other people's efforts. The smartest way to earn money is to own your own business. Being an investor is another way to earn money. What works for investors? Money. Typically, if you don't have any money, you won't be a very good investor. We want to show you why it's important if you are an employee or self-employed person to own a business and have leverage. This can all begin for the price of a cell phone. Instead of always starting at the bottom and working your way to the top, consider starting at the top. Be your own CEO, which comes with leverage. Remember, leverage is working less while earning more. John D. Rockefeller, multimillionaire, said, "I would rather earn 1% of my income from 100 of other people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts." Now let's discuss how most employees get paid. Consider the average employee who gets paid for working 8 hours per day for 5 days per week. That's 40 hours per week, 160 hours per month, 1,920 hours per year. What if that same employee had leverage from 10 other people working 40 hours per week? They would earn from 400 hours per week. What would happen if those same 10 people built a team of 10 people each? That's 100 people. Now, let's compare the average employee earning from their own 40 hours per week to the production of 100 people just working 1 hour per day. That is earning 40 hours compared to 500 hours per week. Now you can understand how some people earn more money per month than some earn all year. It all has to do with leverage. Suppose your boss came to you and announced a new way of doing business. The company wants to raise profitability, cut costs, and pay you more. Instead of coming into work, you can do it all from home. They are so positive this is a better way that they want you to find other people who want to work from home. The company will pay you a percentage of what they earn for finding them. This will offer you true leverage. Let's take it a step further. What if there was no boss? What if you were the boss? We are talking about earning a serious income from word of mouth. Networking has proven itself to be a rewarding and viable source of income, says so many experts. Now, you have discovered what the wealthy know.